I'm not a bad mom, so that's really hurtful that you feel that way. I'm sorry that you feel that way.
Well, okay. All right, great. Okay. I'm sorry that you don't conduct yourself like a responsible parent for the benefit of your daughter. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Okay? That's got nothing to do with anything. Go ahead, Ms. Thomasik.
Thank you, Your Honor. So we would just like to ask the court for one more opportunity to give Ms. Ruth the chance to see how mental health court can help her, what sort of things she can get from mental health court to help with her thinking. I know she wants to get back on her feet. So we'd just like to ask the court for one more opportunity.
She's going to get another opportunity, okay? Whether that be the history indicates she's not going to take advantage of it because she just doesn't. For 17 and a half years, she hasn't. That indicates to me that she really doesn't have any interest in this. Her interest is in getting off with the least amount of penalty possible. And then she can go back and have contact with Joyner. And you have no concept. You have no concept of why you do what you do. Because you indicated to me that there was a perfectly reasonable explanation for each thing you did. You have no insight into what you're doing, why you're doing it, and how to stop doing it. Now, I'm going to keep you on community control for the same term. You're going to serve 95 days in the jail with credit for 35. After that, you're going to go to NeoCap. You're going to complete that program and follow those recommendations. And you're going to continue in the Mentor Municipal Court Mental Health Treatment Program. And you're going to comply with all those conditions, as well as all the other conditions that I imposed upon you for your probation on May 7th, including no contact with Willis Joyner or any other member of his family.
Can my daughter and I also have a no contact order?
Can your daughter and you also have?
Yeah, because this communication doesn't just go one way. Okay, I didn't reach out to Joyner. He reached out to me.
Okay.
So this is ridiculous that I'm being placed with all these different regulations, and I'm also not
I understand in light of your history how absolutely ridiculous this is.
I can lose custody of my daughter with all these stipulations.
Because once again, you bear no responsibility in any of this.
You don't even know me as a person. You're going by a fucking piece of paper.
Right.
That's bullshit.
Right.
I could lose custody of my fucking daughter.
Anything else, Ms. Tomasic?
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right.
You asshole. Please, bitch. Yeah. I don't need no cat, but yes, I'm pleading guilty to them.
I'll accept your guilty plea and find you guilty, Ms. Tomasic.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. We would like to ask the court today for any leniency in sentencing for Ms. Ruth. Your Honor, I know you're fully aware of her issues with her mental health. Ms. Ruth indicates there's a specific type of therapy that she knows she needs, that she does want to try. So, Your Honor, we would just like to ask the court for any leniency. I did speak with her and her sister today. Currently, both of her parents are in the hospital. They are both caring for her daughter now, and I know Ms. Ruth wants to be able to get home, get to her daughter. She's concerned about her parents due to their age and medical conditions, taking care of her daughter. She's trying to make it her priority. She does want to get back to work. So we'd just like to ask the court for any leniency today. Thank you.
Ms. Ruth, anything you want to tell me before I sentence you?
I do apologize about how I presented myself a couple months ago. You and my probation officer have nothing to do with the traumatic experience that I've experienced within life. I wanted to be cooperative, but I did go into NeoCap with an open mind. I had a mental break in there. I'm not able to take medication. The meds that I am prescribed, they don't allow them. And I did try my hardest to go to treatment in there. It just was very difficult for me. So I know that you said a couple months ago that you didn't think my daughter was my main priority, but she is my main priority. And I do want to get back home to my daughter. I do speak to her every day. And I am really worried that my parents something might happen to them. They're both in their 80s. My mom has Alzheimer's, and my dad, he's been battling on and off with bronchitis for the last couple of months. And today, my dad revealed to me that they were on their way after dropping my daughter off to school, that they were on the way to the ER. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on with my parents, but I'm a little scared. I don't want my daughter to be anything like me. I don't want her to experience anything that I experienced within foster care. And I know that that's the next step for her if my parents, something happens to them. If offered another opportunity into society, you will never see me within your courtroom. And that is 100% on my life, a promise. I won't be here anymore. I'll try my best to just be a better person. And I will absolutely stay away from this past relationship because it's got me into a lot of this, like, serious, serious problems. Like, I now have an open case with Child Protective Services due to what happened that night. Like, so many things going on with law right now. Like, I have another case that I'm fighting in Cuyahoga County. I have warrants that I've never usually would have because I haven't made it to court. I have health conditions and things that I have to get back to my doctors pertaining to. I have a daughter to take care of. I'm not trying to be disobedient when it comes to law anymore. I don't even really want to be in relationships anymore. I just want to focus on me, trying to get myself together so I could take care of myself and my daughter. I'm so sorry for how I presented myself the last couple of months. I'm so sorry for how I dealt with everything pertaining to my mind and my spirit. I will try my best if given one more opportunity to abide by my treatment.
Well, the point of back in May, and then once again we were here on the violation, was to put you in a position so you could do everything that you just said you want to do, but you resisted at every front. You resisted at NeoCap, you resisted at mental health court, have been causing problems over here at the jail, and you have, and I don't consider what you said to me in court, I don't really care about. I don't even remember most of it, okay? I don't care. People say stuff to me and call me names all the time. It doesn't bother me at all. So if you're worried about me holding that against you, then that's not a worry. It's not a concern. It's not an issue. The issue is that you've got a violent past as exhibited through domestic violences and assaults that have continued on and on and on. This case arose out of Willis Joyner that you insisted on continuing. It resulted in you being here. Once you were here, we tried to give you an opportunity and an avenue to straighten all this out, and you have just steadfastly refused at every turn. And so this is what you have brought upon yourself. And this hasn't stopped. It's continued since you got back over at the jail. When you are out from under this case, then you can go and get all the help you need and try to change your behavior, or you can just keep doing what you're doing. But there's a predictable end if you keep doing what you're doing. So you decide what you want to do. But the fact is you're not amenable to community control anymore because there's nothing left to do with you. Even if I wanted to do something more with you on community control, there's nowhere for you to go because nobody will take you because of what the history you have created. You have done that.
I wanted to, I just want to say, when it comes to mental health court, I was actually grateful that you gave me the mental health court. I wanted to still continue to come to mental health court. So I was really confused as to, like, why Judge Trebitz did not want me to be in his courtroom anymore.
Any input on that?
Your Honor, communicating with the mental health staff in the jail, Ashley was approached about mental health court and said, fuck mental health court. That got back to the judge, and the judge terminated you for being back in jail and making.
Okay.
I don't recall saying that.
Ashley was being brought from NeoCap to participate in mental health court. When she got kicked out of NeoCap, she was no longer able to do that. And I think the attempts to have her continue with that program ended at that time.
All right. All right, well, I'm terminating your community control. I'm going to sentence you to 14 months in prison with credit for 288 days, and the costs are assessed. When you get out, you might be on post-release control for up to 2 years. Under the parole authority, if they place you on post-release control, they'll put conditions on you. If you violate the conditions, they could return you to prison for up to 7 months. If your violation's a new felony, you could get an additional consecutive prison sentence for the violation, the maximum of which is a greater of 12 months or the time left under post-release control. Anything else, Ms. Tomaszek?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, I have a question. What about this?
So that's Cleveland.
Right, so
We
what's
can't
the
do
reason
anything
for that?
about it. So typically what happens is we'll have to find out if Cleveland has a.
In the end, this case wasn't decided by one courtroom outburst or one bad decision. According to the judge, it was the result of years of repeated behavior, failed opportunities, and a refusal to take advantage of the help that was offered. Throughout the case, the defendant was given multiple chances through probation, treatment programs, and mental health court. But the court concluded that each opportunity ended the same way, with continued violations and little meaningful change. Even during sentencing, she spoke about her daughter, her family, and her desire to turn her life around. But for the judge, promises of future change could not outweigh a long history of past conduct. The lesson from this case is simple. Courts are often willing to offer second chances and sometimes even third or fourth chances. But eventually, judges stop listening to promises and start looking at patterns. When opportunities for help are repeatedly rejected or ignored, consequences become harder to avoid. This time, the court decided that enough was enough.